For this project, I'm using a 4 by 12 inch canvas that I had picked up at Michael's. I painted it blue, flipped it over, put painter's tape on the back. The painter's tape helps to collect the resin drips when you put resin on the other side, and then the next day when you move the tape, the drips come off with it. Then I flipped it over and I did put it up on 3 cups. People who do not resin the sides of their canvas, but with this Dawn Power Wash effect, I think it looks prettier if you put the effect all around the perimeter as well as the top. So I am resining the sides. The resin I'm using for this project is Naked Fusion, the original formula. I did a video on this a couple weeks ago and is very similar to art resin. It is a very good coating or doming resin that can be used on canvas. After I mixed it, it's a 1-to-1 ratio resin. After I mixed it in a cup, this resin needs to be heated for about 10 minutes. The bottle in hot water before you mix the resin with the hardener. And it does need to be mixed for a few more minutes than art resin does, until you do not see any more swirls. So after I put the resin on the top and hit it with the kitchen torch, I did put a dust cover over it. It's in your best interest to put a dust cover over the top. 4 hours after the resin had dried, I took it out to the garage and sprayed it along the edges and on the top with the Dawn Power Wash. Then I took paint and primer, white satin spray paint, and sprayed it all over the project. And then I took 2 cups of water and rinsed the entire project off and set it to dry. And the next day I printed up a seahorse on the computer. I cut it out. I took carbon paper and put it behind it, and I traced out the seahorse. I just used a pencil to trace it out on the front, and I did it very lightly. But I really wasn't worried about it because I am going to use the rhinestone chains, which will go right on top of the carbon marks, so you will not see it at all. Next, I took Montana Can's Frosted Glass Effect glass paint. It's semi-translucent and the color is Frosted Coral Red. And then I took a 4mm rhinestone chain that I had picked up on Amazon. It was clear. And I took this spray paint and I lightly went over the rhinestone chain to give it a very light coral color. Next, I took clear Elmer's glue and went over all the trace lines with the clear Elmer's glue right on top of the trace lines. And it's important that you use the clear glue once you put resin over it. If any of it has moved out of the area where it would be seen, the resin totally covers it up. Unlike the regular Elmer's glue, if you use that, you will be able to see it once you pour resin on it. Then I took the rhinestone chain that I had just painted after it had dried, and I put it right on top of the clear Elmer's glue lines, leaving it opened at the back of his head and on his back where they have the little pointy projections on the seahorses. After the rhinestone chain had dried, I started assembling the seahorse. So the first thing I did was I started taking apart this necklace that I had picked up at a garage sale. This is one of the things that I look for at garage sales and thrift stores, is jewelry that I can use in my glass art projects. And this particular necklace had a lot of little pieces to take off, and I just used my little jewelry tool and snip off all the little attachments. And you can see the first 2 are actually painted. If you look at the bottom left corner there, you can see a little bit of orange paint that I had mixed up, and they were originally this lighter orange color, and I just took some paint and painted each one of them. While that was all drying, I started messing around with the other jewelry I had there, trying to find a good placement for it all. And I also have, if you look in the bottom right hand corner, I have a bunch of crushed glass on the table there. And that's actually the Ashland Decorative Filler crushed glass, the reflective silver, that I had also painted with the Montana Cans Frosted Coral Red spray paint. I just gave it a real light coat. And that's what I'm using to fill in all the areas where the jewelry is not. I just thought that would look real pretty. And I do end up painting a couple of the lighter coral pieces to make them a darker orangey coral. With regular acrylic paint is what I'm painting it with. And I continue to assemble the seahorse. And the little eye is also a piece of a bracelet that I had also picked up at a garage sale and taken apart. I've used that one bracelet for many eyes on many things that I've made. Then I just continue to fill in the glass, all the Ashland decorative filler that I had painted with the coral spray paint. I just continue to fill that in until I'm happy with the way it looks. So it's pretty much ready for the resin now. I have those two coral starfish, and then I have a little fish that I had painted gold. It started out looking like this silver with the little loop on it, and I took the gold, a metallic oil-based marker, and painted it gold. And I did put some chips down at the very, very bottom, and I do have some bubbles that I'm going to put on it once I start the resin, putting the resin on. The second application of resin for this project, I'm using the same resin, the Naked Fusion original formula, and this is very similar to art resin with a couple extra steps. Always drizzle the resin over the glass and jewelry first, and then I put the resin on the canvas and smooth it along the sides and the bottom and try to make sure that everything is totally covered. I sometimes will use a spoon. A lot of times I just use my gloved hands. I get down eye level to make sure everything is covered. I use the kitchen torch to get rid of the bubbles. Important that it's on a level surface. Once I'm done with the project, I always come back every 15 minutes to check for glass placement, to check for bubbles and retorch if necessary. A toothpick to get sediment out if there's any in. And next, after I'm done smoothing this all out, I do have some little bubbles that I put going up the side of the project that are real cute. I think I just put 3 of them. It's important that your project is level. This particular resin cures best at temperatures between 70 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It has a 45-minute work time, and you can usually touch it in 12 to 24 hours. It takes a full 72 hours to cure. All resins are different. It's in your best interest to read the directions for the resin that you are using, and it's also in your best interest to cover it with a dust cover. Hey everyone, another project. So this is another one with the Dawn power spray or power wash effect, and I just think it looks so cute, and it's really nice on the coastal projects. And I love my little seahorse, the coral seahorse, and this jewelry painted up so easily, and then when you cover it with the resin, it seals it right in. And also the Ashland decorative filler, the glass, I use that to fill in the areas where the jewelry was not, and I use the coral spray paint. I will link everything that I used in the description, the type of spray paint, and that is a translucent. Oh, I'm trying to think who makes it. I'll have it in the description. But look at my shirt matches. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the project. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. Click on the, I think it's a thumbs up button or something. If you enjoy the channel, go ahead and subscribe. That really helps the channel. We have an amazing Facebook group, some amazing people who display beautiful artwork. Everybody's so helpful, willing to answer questions. No question is too silly. Come join us there. And I hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks for watching.